Hello everyone. Today it is a nice cloudy and overcast day. It just finished raining a whole lot, and this is actually the perfect time for me to start thinning out the fruit on my peach trees. Peach trees overproduce, and in order to prevent disease and pests and an accumulation of like all kinds of issues with your peach tree, you want as much airflow as possible. This is why we prune and we open up the canopy, but we also want to prune and thin the fruit so that you can get a greater yield, bigger peaches, and again keep away the disease. So if you look here at my peaches here, they're pretty close together, and they're at a pretty good size where I can see where I want to prune these. So I'm gonna probably start, some people suggest maybe 8 inches apart. I think I'm gonna do 5 to 6 inches apart. Now what I'm looking to do is sort of stagger them so that there's a gap in between them, because once they start growing together in between those peaches, right, because there's all these sugars, and if it's raining you'll get moisture. That's how you get mold and fungal issues. So look at this cluster here. Let's come in a bit closer. So if you're looking at this cluster here, what I want to do, let's see. So there's one at the top that I'm going to ignore. There's like 2 about right here. But here, I think what I want to do, I'm going to leave this one. And I'm going to leave this one. I'm going to take this one off. That goes into my trusty bucket. And let's see, the one behind here, I'm going to take that one off. The one here. Let's see. Let's continue on down. There's one back behind this stem. There's one behind this stem that I'm going to remove. So what you can see here, let me flip the camera. So what you can see here now is, now these two are side by side, right? You've got side by side peaches. Depending on how far apart, I may or may not thin these. So I may keep these exactly the way they are, since they're on either side of this stem. But because these were so clustered up, I've opened them up so that there's airflow, they're staggered. And you want to go along and you want to do that with all of your peaches. You see, like, there's a trio right here. I want to pull this one and leave these 2 open. Now all of these are, there's no waste. They're all going to compost. Let's see. Here's 3 right here. I'm going to take, actually, this one. And that leaves these 2 staggered along the stem. Let's look over here. Oh, that one just kind of fell off by itself. So do you see this cluster? There's a bunch of peaches right here. So let's get rid of this one. Let's see. I'm going to take this one. I think this one. This one under here. All right. That's opened up that little area there for them to grow. I'm actually going to take out another one, this one on the back side. And now that I look, you see these 2 that are close together? There's actually 3 in this cluster right here. I'm going to take this one here in the middle. Okay. So you really want to weigh how many peaches. Now, again, you guys, there's this whole tree. Look, I'm going around. Look, there's this whole tree. Do you see how many are on there? Do you see how many are on there? Now, some people don't thin. The canopy, guys, is loaded with peaches that I probably can't reach until I get a ladder. And this tree has gotten so tall that I can't really bag it. I might be able to find one that big, but yeah, I'm worried about the ones more so that I can reach. The ones on the top are a great detour for birds because they're going to go towards the ones that are higher up. And that'll allow me to actually net the ones on the lower branches. So I'm going to concentrate on the ones on the lower branches. But I know this seems like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm not going to get any peaches. Well, what you can do if you're having a particularly bad situation with birds or pests is you can always bag them, which is what I do. You just buy a bunch of vegetable bags and then you bag up the peaches that you want. It's very time consuming, but it does save your peaches from pests and disease, not so much. You have to spray them. But this is why we're thinning, so that we're opening up the area so that we're working on disease control here. And there's always more peaches than what you need. I mean, one peach tree can feed like an entire family. So you want to go through, and again, we're staggering. We're looking at how many that we have. And let's see, I'm going to pick this one here. And then I think I'm going to do this one. So I know there's no waste. So any of these guys are going straight into the compost bin. So we're not wasting anything. Just gently twist them off. All right, let's see. What do we have here? All right, there's 3 here. Let's take this one on the back side off. And you guys, as these ripen, it's going to be so much better. It's so much better for your tree. It's so much better. The fruit that you get is way more quality. Instead of having a bunch of diseased peaches, you'll have some that are ripe. And especially if you're part of any sort of market gardening or you plan on selling these, you know, you want peaches that look really nice. So, all right, got this whole peach tree to do down here. Again, I don't have a ladder to reach the canopy, but this also cuts down, by the way, let me just interject on the amount of fruit that you get that fall on the ground. So you want to go ahead and take care of any that are, oh, I just found one. So look at this one here. Do you see how it's split? And it's got this ooey, gooey kind of grossness going on. Do you see all that? I'm trying to get a good focus. Hold on. Okay, there we go. You see that? This is the kind of stuff that causes disease. Now, I don't know if that has some sort of gummosis or an insect is in it. We don't care. That's got to go. So one reason why you stay in touch with your peach tree and pruning them is so that you can get rid of like nasty little peaches like that. So just a little note, as you're taking these, you're thinning your peaches, twist them off gently. If you pull, you risk stripping the bark, as well as you'll just yank off a whole branch or a lot more peaches. So just gently twist. So here's my bucket so far, and it's about halfway full. And once again, the canopy is just full of peaches. So if you thin out your fruits, you'll get better quality fruit. you'll cut down on pests and disease. And the only other thing to do is either bag, spray, or protect. Now, spray is not going to keep squirrels and rodents and rabbits away, but and definitely birds. But it'll definitely help with some of the disease and fungal control. It also helps if you plant disease-resistant varieties, which I've done down in the orchard down there. But for now, this is our only real producing tree. The other one has, the other peach tree has very strange peaches, and there are none over there this year because it got hit by frost during its bloom. So right now, but this tree alone has been enough for us since we moved in here. So this is going on our 3rd year. And each year since I've pruned it, it's just producing more and more peaches. So to keep from stressing the tree so that it will keep producing for you, you want to do things like regular pruning. You want to thin the fruit so that it's just not in a state of stress, especially once the summer heat kicks in and it starts ripening its fruit. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any tips on what you do to thin out your fruit or to prune your tree so that you get maximum production and beautiful fruit, please leave a comment below. Be well, be blessed, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.